Adam Warlock. We've been talking about Adam Warlock for years now, ever since we got the ending tease at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and the pod. Let me refresh you guys if you don't remember. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the leader of the Sovereign at that time, Aisha, well, she tried to destroy the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it ended up in the destruction of her entire fleet of Omnicrafts, and she was probably fearing that the Sovereign Council was going to punish her. It's a pretty humiliating defeat, right? So what did she do? Well, at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, if you guys remember, we got a cocoon or a birth pod, and she said, that, my child, is the next step in our evolution. More powerful, more beautiful, more capable of destroying the Guardians of the Galaxy. And she decided to name her creation Adam. So everybody obviously said, oh my gosh, that's Adam Warlock. What's going to happen here? And James Gunn actually said that that birth pod that was in the collector's possession, that was in the mid-credit scene of Thor the Dark World and Guardians of the Galaxy, was based on Adam Warlock's cocoon from the comics. So of course, this was going to be the introduction. But then crickets. Nothing. Nobody has heard anything about Adam Warlock coming to the MCU, and he would be a huge player, especially with how things are just getting raised to another cosmic level. Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse, everybody. Jimmy, your Chaos. Today we're going to talk about the potential for Adam Warlock to join the MCU and why it's starting to look like that may actually happen. Now, in the comics, Adam Warlock was actually created by a group of scientists called the Enclave. They wanted to create a perfect being. Well, it's a little different in the MCU. They like to change it up a little bit. The Enclave became the Sovereign, and he was actually created as a revenge tactic. But in the comics, he was actually a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was an enemy of Thanos and Magus, who is actually a future version of himself. Just evil, if you will. Kind of think like He Who Remains, and then Kang the Conqueror. There's good sides, there's bad sides. You've got a good version, you've got a bad version. I mean, Kang could go any different way. I mean, you've got Iron Lad, who's a young, good version, doesn't want to be the bad Kang. Anyway, I'm going to go off on a tangent. We're talking about Adam Warlock, right? So, what happened? Well, Nothing has happened at all, except for we now have a little bit to go off of that Adam Warlock could see his actual debut in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which that makes sense, right? That is kind of where we all thought he would end up anyway, but I think a lot of us hoped that that credit scene would tease into more credit scenes before we ever got to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Well, it didn't happen that way, but there's still time, my friends. There is still time. And there's a lot of opinions out there that he's going to play a villainous role, at least to start out, because he's being created to destroy the Guardians of the Galaxy. But I think that that's actually going to be the starting role, and that it's going to turn the other way, if you will, which we've seen happen multiple times in the past. Look at Loki. So, how do we have any definitive anything to hold on to, anything to grasp onto that Adam Warlock is actually going to be in the MCU? Well, we turn our attention to Daniel RPK. If you guys don't know who that is, follow him over on Twitter. If the guy says something, you should probably stop what you're doing and take note and listen. And he tweeted out twice on his RPK News Twitter, and he said, I hear Volume 3 already casting. Now, I'm sure James Gunn will chime in on that if it's not true. He tends to do that. And then he tweeted out, I hear Adam Warlock is really in the movie. Well, it makes a lot of sense. So, how are they going to use Adam Warlock? I mean, how powerful is Adam Warlock? And I'm pretty sure you can fact check me that in the past, Kevin Feige and James Gunn have said that Adam Warlock would play a very important part of the cosmic side of the MCU in the future. Now, you guys fact check me on that, but I think that's actually a thing. So, how powerful is Mr. Warlock? I mean, how would he affect the MCU? Well, I mean, we could just go down the line. He's been around for a long time, and you could almost call him godlike. I mean, I think most consider him an elite power, elite cosmic power. He's got enhanced strength. He's got agility, which you're expected to see from everybody. He can also fly. He can teleport. He has cosmic awareness, which basically makes him like a god. Is he a celestial? No. Is he an eternal? No. But he perceives both cosmic and mystic occurrences from virtually anywhere in the universe, which means he knows what's going on. He can detect wormholes, other cosmic phenomena. He may know what's going on more with the Celestials and Kang the Conqueror than anybody else, right? The guy's a beast. He's went toe-to-toe with Mephisto, okay? He was trapped in hell, and he took on Mephisto in his own, his own backyard, okay? I mean, he did. And the guy can perform exorcism. So there's not much he can't do. Energy projection, manipulation, you name it, he's got it. I mean, is he immortal? I don't know, but he's pretty close to it. So the point is, what I'm getting at is that he would be a huge player in the MCU. A lot of people would reference him with powers equal to or not greater than Captain Marvel. So, if he does end up showing up, which I don't see how he doesn't, he was a huge integral part of the comics. I think he's going to be a huge integral part of the MCU, especially since we're going all cosmic and multiverse and celestial and all that. Which side's he going to be on? That's the big question that everybody wants to know. My prediction is he's going to start off bad because that's what he was created for by the Sovereign, but in the end, he'll probably end up good because in the comics, he was actually part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you guys let me know what you think. We'll probably get more information at Disney Day. That's right, November, I think, 12th. We're probably going to get a ton of bombs dropped, new trailers, a roadmap for Phase 5, and I think Adam Warlock will be part of that in some way. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.